Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 4 and today we will present the result of our discussion and the title is Economic Threshold Level of Pest Control Tool. Before we start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Hanifa Nurudina.
Hello, my name is Ayuning.
My name is Putri Ruima.
Next. What topics will we discuss this time? There are 4 topics that we will discuss. First is the economic threshold or ET. The second is factors influencing EIL. Third, experimental techniques to obtain plant response functions. And the last is decision to use pesticides for pest control. Next. What is economic threshold? Economic threshold, or ET, is the number of pest insects that need to be present for a control to be applied and keep the increasing pest population from reaching the economic injury level, or EIL. Stern defines the ET as the population density at which control action should be determined or initiated to prevent an increasing pest population or injury from reaching the economic injury level. And what is the difference between ET and EIL? The difference between ET and EIL lies in the concept. The ET concept emphasizes the aspect of making decisions when and where farmers must use pesticides so that these actions are effective in reducing pest populations and preventing further losses and increasing farm profits. The EIL emphasizes the aspects of economic calculation, cost, benefits, profit, and loss from pest control measures using pesticides. So it's clear that the ET is a control action decision level. Ambang ekonomi atau AE merupakan kepadatan populasi hama yang memerlukan tindakan pengendalian untuk mencegah terjadinya peningkatan populasi berikutnya dapat mencapai ALE. Perbedaan dari konsep ET dan EIL yaitu konsep ET menekankan aspek pengambilan keputusan kapan dan di mana petani harus menggunakan pestisida. Sedangkan konsep EIL menekankan pada aspek perhitungan ekonomi, biaya, manfaat, untung rugi dari tindakan pengendalian hama dengan menggunakan pestisida. Next. Factors influencing EIL. There are 4 factors that affect the EIL. Number 1, market value of crop. When crop value increases, EIL decreases and vice versa with a slow rate of decline. Yang pertama yaitu harga produksi. Semakin tinggi harga produk, nilai EIL akan semakin rendah dengan laju penurunan yang semakin lambat. Second is management cost. When management cost increase, EIL also increase. Yang kedua yaitu biaya pengendalian. Semakin tinggi biaya pengendalian, maka nilai EIL juga semakin meningkat. Next. Number 3, potential damage. The greater the potential to damage a pest, the lower the EIL value. EIL value of pests that damage parts that are directly marketed less than EIL value of pests that damage parts that are not directly marketed. Yang ketiga yaitu potensi kerusakan. Semakin besar potensi merusak suatu hama, maka nilai EIL akan semakin rendah. Number 4 is plant sensitivity to worms. Plants in nurseries are the most sensitive, the older, the more tolerant. The sensitivity of the plant increases in the fruit or seed for many phases. Then tolerance increases as it approaches in ripening phase. EIL is different for each growing phase. Yang keempat yaitu tingkat kepekaan tanaman terhadap luka. Tanaman pada pembibitan paling peka, semakin tua semakin toleran. Kepekaan tanaman meningkat pada fase pembentukan buah atau biji. Kemudian toleransi meningkat semakin mendekati fase pemasakan. Next.
Experimental techniques to obtain plant response function, atau teknik percobaan untuk memperoleh fungsi respon tanaman. Number 1, natural population observation. In each plot, the population of certain pests and the amount of injury and damage they cause were observed. Then from the yield data obtained for each plot, the number of yield loss is obtained. From this pair of variables, the desired regression line is obtained. Number 2, natural population modification. Experimental plots were sprayed with insecticides selectively with different doses in order to obtain different population densities. From each experimental plot, obtain data result. It is necessary to know in advance the effect of insecticide on plant physiology for correction factors when analyzing data. This method is carried out if the pest population in the field is high enough so that it can be reduced as needed. If the population in the field turns out to be low, it is necessary to increase the population in the experimental plots first. For example, by planting sensitive varieties, planting trap crops, spraying insecticides that can encourage pest resistance as has been done against brown rice plant hoppers. Number 3, using artificial population. The pest is propagated in a laboratory or greenhouse, and a certain population is invested in experimental plots according to the desired population level. In stars of insect pests that are infested are destructive in stars, such as larvae, or before destructive in stars. In this way, a good response curve will be obtained because the right population size is used. For experiment with the method, the experimental plots were enclosed in a greenhouse. The effect of gas on pest population and also plant growth need to be considered and taken into account. Number 4, wound simulation. To imitate or simulate the condition of plants that are injured due to the attack of several levels of the pest population, artificial wounds can be carried out. For example, by making holes in leaf, cutting leaves or other plants parts according to the actual wounding process. Thus, we obtain several levels of injury which are then looked for in relation to the loss suffered. Before this method is carried out, it is necessary to conduct research on how far the simulation method can represent the actual situation, especially in relation to the different effects of injury by insect pests and the effect of sharing on plant growth and physiology in general. Jadi, teknik percobaan untuk memperoleh fungsi respon tanaman itu ada 4. Yang pertama, pengamatan populasi alami. Yang kedua, modifikasi populasi alami. Yang ketiga, menggunakan populasi buatan. Dan yang terakhir, secara simulasi pelukaan. Decision to use pesticides for pest control atau keputusan penggunaan pestisida untuk pengendalian hama. Number 1, no threshold. The use of pesticides on a regular basis is based on the age or level of plant's growth, especially in the growing phase that is considered sensitive to certain pest attack. Action are more preventive in nature.
Without threshold or no threshold also has some reasons that are tanpa ambang ini juga memiliki alasan, yaitu first, crop damage can be curbed once a pest population is detected. Jadi kerusakan tanaman itu tidak dapat disembuhkan begitu populasi hama terdeteksi. Second, the economic threshold is very low. For example, for pests that are factor of plant viruses, pests with very fast population growth causing very high yield losses. Ambang ekonomi sangat rendah, misal untuk hama yang menjadi faktor virus tanaman. Hama dengan pertumbuhan populasi sangat cepat menyebabkan nilai kehilangan hasil sangat tinggi. Third, observation and monitoring of pests cannot be carried out economically. Jadi pengamatan dan monitoring hama tidak dapat dilaksanakan secara ekonomi. Fourth, the general equilibrium level of the pest population is always higher than economic injury level. Aras keseimbangan umum populasi hama selalu lebih tinggi daripada aras luka ekonomi. Fifth, practical ways to reduce pest population quickly are not yet available. Cara praktis untuk menurunkan populasi hama secara cepat belum tersedia. Next. Number 2, nominal threshold. The important thing about this threshold is, first, the control threshold has been used as a basis for determining the decision to use pesticides. But the determination of the control threshold is based on the experience of farmers, researchers, or officials from the Department of Agriculture or Plantation. Ambang pengendalian telah digunakan sebagai aras membuat keputusan penggunaan pestisida, tetapi penetapan ambang pengendalian berdasarkan pengalaman petani, peneliti, atau petugas dinas pertanian atau perkebunan. Second, based on empirical data, information can be obtained about the population level or the intensity of pest damage starting to harm economically. Berdasarkan data empirik, dapat diperoleh informasi tentang aras populasi atau intensitas kerusakan hama mulai merugikan secara ekonomi. Third, the population level that begins to result in adverse yield losses, then used as the control threshold. Aras populasi yang mulai mengakibatkan kehilangan hasil yang merugikan, kemudian digunakan sebagai ambang pengendalian. Next. Number 3, simple threshold atau ambang sederhana. First, control threshold was obtained through specialist research with 4 main inputs for calculating economic load, level like price, total cost, yield loss per pest, and yield rate. Ambang pengendalian atau ambang ekonomi itu diperoleh melalui penelitian khusus dengan 4 input utama untuk perhitungan aras luka ekonomi. 4 input utamanya itu diantaranya ada harga produk, biaya pengendalian, besar kehilangan hasil per hama, dan berat hasil. Second, the control threshold is always changing with the changing of various economic and biological factors. The facilitate the revision of economic injury level, a computer program was compiled by entering change in input value and data on ecosystem dynamics so that economic injury level values were obtained in accordance with development in the field. Nama pengendalian selalu berubah dengan berubahnya berbagai faktor ekonomi dan biologi. Untuk memudahkan revisi alih tadi, arah suku ekonomi disusun program komputer dengan memasukkan perubahan nilai input dan data dinamika ekosistem sehingga diperoleh nilai alih yang sesuai dengan perkembangan di lapangan. Lack weakness, jadi kelemahannya. Threshold control has not considered the interaction between several pest species and several other ecosystem components such as natural enemies. Jadi kelemahannya pengendalian itu belum mempertimbangkan interaksi antara beberapa spesies sama dan beberapa komponen ekosistem lainnya seperti musuh alami. Next. Number 4, comprehensive threshold. The important thing about this threshold is, first, this is a control threshold that has taken into account all aspects of dynamics and interaction between ecosystem components, including weather factor. The physiological process of plant growth from the vegetative phase to the generative phase continues to be followed and taken into account in determining the economic injury level value. Jadi merupakan ambang pengendalian yang telah memperhitungkan seluruh aspek dinamika dan interaksi antar komponen ekosistem, termasuk faktor cuaca, proses biologi pertumbuhan tanaman sejak fase vegetatif sampai fase generatif terus diikuti dan diperhitungkan dalam penentuan nilai alih. Second, all processes in the production system are comprehensively taken into account in every control decision setting. Seluruh proses dalam sistem produksi secara komprehensif diperhitungkan dalam setiap penetapan keputusan pengendalian. Third, to obtain the comprehensive threshold, comprehensive research activities are needed that are carried out across disciplines involving many experts from various fields of science and using an ecosystem model approach and analysis. Untuk memperoleh ambang komprehensif tersebut, diperlukan kegiatan penelitian komprehensif yang dilaksanakan secara lintas disiplin, mengikut sertakan dan ahli dari berbagai bidang ilmu, serta menggunakan pendekatan dan analisis model ekosistem. Next.
Okay. That's all of our presentation. Thank you for your attention. If you have some questions, you can ask your questions in this packet. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.